Okay, we are now in the Colonial Military Camp, and we have Captain. What's your name, Captain?
John Luke Picard.
Captain Jim Winter. Very good.
See, now we're gonna get hecklers.
That's all right. We gotta have the peanut gallery too. All right, so tell us what's going on here with your camp, and
this is a Provincial French and Indian War British camp, 1755 to 1763. I'm the captain. Of course, I'm not in charge of anything. Nobody listens, nobody follows instructions. It's like having a bunch of little kids. But we're here for the open house here at the Illinois State Rifle Association. This is our 5th or 6th year, I'm not sure which. We used to park our stuff over on the road, but it was too hot and dusty, so we moved into the pine trees.
That's right, the pine trees. Much cover and coolness down here.
It was actually much better. Much better.
Could you explain what you've your exhibit here?
We've got some items that are replicas of the French and Indian War time period, and we try to explain what what we have, and there's no actual antiques here. This is all made newly. But if you had the real antiques, you couldn't afford to have them out here in the dirt.
That's
and
true.
we do play with everything that we have. Everything that we have, the guns, they all shoot. The knives are all functioning. I mean, everything is actually working stuff.
Thank you very much, Captain.
You're welcome.
Could you introduce me to your militia friend here?
This is Private.
Private
Jones.
My dog weighs more than him. She's tiny.
Frank Jones is a private in the Provincial Army.
Bye.
And tell me a little bit about your role here and what it is that the militia did in the time period.
Well, my role is basically to follow the orders of the captain and to do my best to stop the French from invading and taking my land away from me and my king. Basically, what we would be doing would pretty much be doing the same thing that any enlisted men in today's army would be doing: fighting battles, taking care of the camp. We probably would go out hunting more than today's army. Just general duties as performed.
And what kind of armament would you carry for the time period? And do you have something to show us?
I would be carrying the.
Just had that movie with Sam Neill. And
The Longland Brown Bess, which is a smoothbore weapon.
What caliber would that be?
This would be the 75 caliber. This is the last weapon that I believe the British used that was a flintlock, and it was still in service well after the Revolutionary War.
Probably into the early 1800s, huh?
It would have still been used into the early 1800s. As far as weapons go for that time period, they were pretty reliable, not too accurate, but of course the style of warfare back then was a lot different. It was linear tactics, line tactics. I like to equate it to human shotguns. Discipline was very important in the Army at that time, because, I mean, how many men would turn and run when you're getting shot at by another line of men shooting pretty much the same weapon. I believe the French were a little bit better than the Brown Bess, but the Brown Bess was still, I mean, they made so many of them and they were so plentiful. that even in the Revolutionary War, there were men fighting for the colonies, and they were still using this. So it's a good, reliable weapon.
What's its effective range?
Effective range would be about 50 yards.
About 50 yards. And then after that, it was.
And it just went to. It was no good after that. And what they would do is, this is a 75 caliber, and they would actually use, I believe, 63 caliber ball inside this weapon, so they can keep on firing it, because as you fire it, it builds up fouling in the barrel, and you want to keep on line, keep on firing, so they use a smaller size ball, which made it even less accurate. But as you went through the day, you could keep on firing through it.
Did you carry any other weapons with you into battle?
I would be carrying a knife, possibly a tomahawk. Really, I wouldn't have the money to buy a pistol or anything.
So you're saying militia had to supply their own weapons?
Well, no, militia was supplied, depending on which colony you were in. You had better supplies. I portray a guy from geez, now I can't even think of it.
Virginia, South Carolina,
No.
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Long day. Massachusetts was one of the better equipped.
Yeah, the more well-to-do area.
Oh, better equipped.
Better equipped.
But you also would capture your enemy's weapons, and you'd get, you'd get something for that, a bounty on that. And they also had bounties for scalps too.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Which was really kind of gross if you think about it, but they were doing what they could for their people. And one side's doing it, the other side's doing it. It makes it all right.
All right, let's go over by the captain and our hunter there, and we'll bid a fond farewell.
That time period, who was there? Anyhow,
Oh, could you tell me a little bit about this flag?
This
And stretch it out for me so I can get a nice picture of it.
It's called the New England flag,
Ah, it's the New England flag. Very good.
or the Bunker Hill,
Ah, the Bunker Hill flag.
because this flag actually was carried French and Indian War and Revolutionary War.
Ah,
Except once it moved to the Revolutionary War, it was by patriots who had fought in the French and Indian War. Most of the leaders in the Revolutionary War learned their skills for war in the French and Indian War. George Washington,
yes.
was on Braddock's Road. He was involved in that ambush. He was one of the few officers that was not injured or even wounded or killed, like so many of the others were.
very good. Very good. All right, and then there's one more hunter here I haven't spoken to yet. So
Did you talk to Steve? Lee?
yeah, he was my first one.
Oh, okay.
he was a very young man.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming out, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
Fort McCain, which later became Fort Pitt. And yeah, he had holes. He had horse shot underneath him a couple of times. He had all the different holes. And finally, he said, "Don't bother shooting at him because he can't be killed." Divine Providence had him for another day.
That's
I
right.
was looking at this. Now this is linen?
No, that's canvas duck.
That is
Cotton canvas duck.
Because I thought, well, if this is true to what it was, that would get wet.
It would get wet, but it'd shed it, and they'd dry it, and they'd pack it away.
And it wouldn't go through?
No.
Oh, okay.
Only if you touch it, right?
Yeah, well, as they say, I don't know. That's at least with nylon, anyhow. I don't know about the camera. But even I will not touch my tent when it gets wet, though,
No.
just to be sure, because it's not. They're not cheap.
No.
Like mine right there. That is made by Panther Primitives, and they are like #1 in historical tents.
It looked
I
like
do have a door in the back of it, which they wouldn't have had back then. It'd been flat, because you go to an event and it's a warm day, you want to have so air can go through. But other than that, on the top there are no metal grommets. It's all sewn in, which is accurate, like that. So Anyhow.
Good job. I
Well, it's
learned a
great
lot.
talking to you.
It
I
was.
could
It was
stand here and
terrific.
do this all day.
Thank you so much.
Which I
You know,
have.
you sound
Wait.
like it.
Yeah.
You sound-
You're going to have to give me a couple minutes because I'm recording
I
here.
would
So
say, but I'm getting bitten to death.
yes, the bugs are coming out.
We'll have to come out in fog again, which will work really great.
Thank you. Next year,
So-
come early.
Okay, we'll see you later. Have a good day.
Now tell me a little bit about your part in this camp.
My part in this camp, I'm a provincial ranger.
Ah,
I am an American allied with the British. I am dressed in a woodland dress, which is better suits woodland fighting as opposed to the uniforms with all the long wool coats and stuff like that. I'm not wearing any European style shoes. I wear moccasins. We're better fitted for woodland fighting. The shorter barreled firearm. I am wearing a tricorn, which not would have been done well in woodland fighting because it grabs hold of everything. Actually would have had a short bill cap, which I do have sitting over there. I just enjoy wearing this tricorn. I've been in love with them, and my wife had this custom made for me, so I will wear it.
oh yes. Very good.
But anyhow, you got anything else? I mean, that's basically my attire.
Sure. How long have you guys been doing this?
Oh shoot.
I know you've been out here probably 6 or 7 years.
This is
Maybe.
only my second
This is
year
only
here.
your
I was
second?
here 2 years ago. Jim invited me out. I'm an NRA Life member. I was not a member of the Rifle Association here. He invited me out. I went through the orientation, the safety, but after that day, I was absolutely amazed at what they were able to do. This is fantastic. This is great. I love this. I was able to come last year. I was able to come this year. Wednesday morning, I got online. I'm an over-the-road truck driver, so I was back and had to leave again. I got online. I says, I'm gonna check their website out. I said, hey, I can join here. I joined Wednesday morning. I am now an Illinois State Rifle Association member.
Congratulations.
So you're well. Thank you.
Thank you.
And today we set up our captain wanted to set up camp here. It's worked out very nice. We had a tremendous campsite. I was worried about how many people we would come off the beaten path to us. They came. It was great. Had a great time. Talked to a lot of great people. A lot of like-minded people. I loved it. I can't wait. I can't wait till next year to come back and do it again.
All right. Well, let's join your friends here, and then we'll have a little farewell, and then I'll cut
All
this
right.
video. And I say I gotta go get my car.
Okay.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you very much for your time today, and all the people that have come out to visit with you, all the information you shared. And we'll
We were
probably
actually quite busy for quite a while.
Yeah.
Edit out that potato chip bag right there. Don't show that.
They serve them here.
I'll blur it out
Their
for you.
fault.
There you go.
Well,
All right.
for
Thank
having
you
us.
very
We had a great
much.
time.
Okay. Anytime. Bye-bye.